Hey everybody, so it is the end of week 1, which means it's the very first long run for this training block. And I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to try to go at an easy pace for 8 miles. And to get it done, I'm headed out to the rails, to trails, so it'll be super simple for me to be able to keep track of the mileage today. I'm simply going to run 4 miles in one direction and turn around and run 4 miles back. So it's truly an out and back. If you guys have never been on like a rails to trails, it is dead straight and pretty darned level because it used to be railroad tracks. So it's a fun place to go. It's going to be a mix of both pavement and dirt. I'm really looking forward to the gravel aspect of it because it's a little bit easier on my body, and as you know, I'm trying to take it as easy on my body as I possibly can. Yeah, to start this training block out, because today is about, you know, running the miles that's going to help me build and not overdo to the point where I break again. We don't want that. All right, to get it done, I'm running in the Mount to Coast P1 stability running shoes. They were a great choice yesterday. They felt really, really good on my feet. I love all of the cushioning, but the support, you know, they have that Go Flow technology and it shines in the P1s. It helps you just kind of move through your gait. And you know, I'm typically a mid to 4 foot striker, and because of my injury right now, because I'm still healing and that bone has ways to go before it's fully healed, I am trying to stay off of my 4 foot, so I'm not putting so much pressure on that metatarsal bone, and I'm working to be a solid midfoot striker. And you know, that kind of came through a little bit yesterday in that close-up footage of my running, and I suspect this is gonna show through again today. And a part of that too is just keeping the pace down, keeping the pace down. You know, I tend to, when I try to run a little bit faster, I get up on, you know, my 4 foot more. And so keeping the pace, an easy one today, is going to help me with my form as well. So trying to be a solid midfoot striker. And the P1s do a great job of that. They've got plenty of cushion. I wouldn't say they're a max cushion stability shoe, you know, not in line with the Keanu series of shoes like the 31, 32s, or even the Gaviota. But if you're familiar with stability shoes like the Gaviota Arahi and the Gaviota 5, for example, I would say it falls somewhere in between those two shoes. So it definitely has a good niche. Mount to Coast found a really nice balance, and you know, when they designed the P1. So I'm kind of gushing over it. Again, I don't have any affiliation with Mount to Coast. I'm just enjoying their shoes. All right, I got the stride pods loaded up. Yesterday I really wanted to take a look at my footpath, but for some reason it didn't record one. It recorded all the other information, and sometimes that happens. So hopefully today I'll get some footpath information that you know, if I do, I'll put it up on screen. If I don't, you'll know why if it doesn't show up in the video. All right, I am almost there. I am in the metropolis of Ovid, which is a tiny little town, and this is where I jump on the rails for trails. So I'm gonna let you go because I've got just a few more minutes. I'm gonna be pulling into where I'm gonna park my car and get this one started. All right. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. All right, let's do it. All right, so I am ready to go. I am doing a little bit of walking here, just kind of warm up my legs from the drive. Got all kinds of different gear on. I'm wearing a run hat from Running Warehouse, a Nathan hydration vest, a Nike run shirt, Rabbit half tights, Puma socks, and of course the P1 stability shoes by Mount to Coast. So we've got a little bit of everything on today, and you know, that's okay. That's okay. It's not about the looks. I'm not trying to match up all my clothes. I just want to be comfortable. And the Rabbit half tights, this is what I wear typically on marathon race day. So they are very, very comfortable, and I love those. I just absolutely love them. You got just the right amount of pockets for me. They're super soft, and they're flexible. They move with me. I don't ever feel restricted, and I've never had any kind of chafing or anything like that wearing these. So it's a good choice, I think, for today, but time will tell. I'll let you know 8 miles from now. All right, I am going to get into this one. I got my watch is queued up, ready to go. I just have to hit the start button. All right, let's get this one done. So really good start to the morning. The temperature is great today so far. I think it's about, I don't know, 70, something like that, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which is not terrible for summer. Now the warmer weather is coming. I looked ahead. So we're gonna enjoy it today. We're gonna enjoy the good days when we can, because we know there's gonna be some hotter weather coming our way. I am starting out on pavement, but it won't be too long. And this pavement's gonna turn to gravel, as I mentioned. The paved section is really leading out of town. Once I get out of town and cross this road up here, then we're gonna be on some dirt. It will be a bit more challenging, just because it's harder to run in dirt, but it'll be a lot easier on my body. So, my first tip to making your long run be a little bit shorter, or feel that way, is to find a nice place to run. Someplace that you really enjoy. That's one of the things I love about being out here now. It's a little unexciting because it's just a straight line, but all of the woods and farm fields and all that surrounds it, I love it. So it kind of makes the time go by just a little bit quicker when I'm watching the deer out in the cornfields, or the squirrels or the rabbits run by. Now, if you live in town or you're running on a treadmill, you know, maybe call up a movie or something like that on your television and kind of get lost in that. That's something that I do when I'm on my treadmill, is I'll find a series that I like, that I haven't had a chance to watch, and I'll watch that. And as a means of accomplishment, I might tell myself, they're roughly 45-minute episodes. My brain will stop freezing up on me. And if it's a particularly long run, I may go 3 or 4 episodes. And it really does help pass the time. It kind of plays a trick with your mind that, when you complete that first episode, you're already gone 45-50 minutes, and you only have 2 more to go. That seems a lot better than thinking about trying to run 15 miles all at once. Another good way to kind of trick your brain is to not think about the total miles, but chunk it up. So I'm out at the rails for trails, and I've got some natural landmarks to help me do just that. Like, I just crossed a road, and I know that road is about 2.5 miles from when I started. So I feel like I accomplished something. Now, I won't think about it, the total miles. What I'm thinking about now is simply to get to that next road crossing. So there's much different ways you can chunk things up. Like I mentioned in tip 1, if you're watching television, maybe go episode by episode, or you could create yourself a nice running playlist of music and just think to yourself, I'm gonna run for the next 5 songs. My camera just did something a little funky, so I don't know how much of that last segment you got, but I was talking about chunking up the miles so that you weren't thinking about the total number of miles that you had to run, but rather a much smaller amount that is easily accomplished. And for me, I mentioned the crossroads, but for you it could be the next block, or maybe if there's a store that's on your route that you run in town, or as I mentioned, if you're on a treadmill, maybe it could be an episode of your favorite TV show. It really does help, it really does. And I use that mental trick every time I come out for my long run. Another quick tip on making your long run feel not so long: if you have the ability to listen to music, you know, put together a really great playlist. Put your go-to songs maybe where you think you might get the most tired, so maybe toward the end of that long run, because you get a song that you really like, fast beat, gonna help you pick up the pace and keep your legs turning over. Or if that's not your thing, you know, maybe download a podcast of your favorite show and listen to that. My daughter, she likes to listen to these true crime things, and that makes her time go by faster when she's out on the long run. So, what do you guys do? What are some of the mental tricks that you use on your long run day? Maybe you could share that in the comment section below. That would be awesome. All right. I think I'm going to turn around and head back in the other direction. Because that first half just flew by. Those tricks really do work. Now you can tell I don't have earbuds on. That's because my favorite thing to listen to is just the sounds of nature. And when I'm in a marathon, the first couple I ran, I did have some headphones on, but I learned quickly that, you know, I didn't really use them because I liked talking to the runners that were next to me and getting to know them, carrying on a conversation. And that's what really made the time go by quick for me. But there are times when I do listen to music just because I like music. This might be my longest cool down ever. Oh, I screwed up. I was messing around with my watch and I hit end basically. So it took me right to my cool down about halfway through this workout. So I just said resume, and I'll track the whole thing, but half of it is going to look like it's during a cool down period, when in fact it's all part of the same run. So it is what it is. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, that's for sure. And it's not the first time that I made a mistake with my watch like that. So we pivot, we don't let it worry us, and we move on. My body doesn't know the difference, whether it shows up as the run or cool down anyway. And that's what's most important. All right, so this workout has come to an end. So let me stop my Garmin here, stop it officially. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. I've been using this Phoenix 6 for a long time, and you know, it's been a while since I made a mistake like I did earlier and put it into cool down halfway through a running session. Oh my goodness, felt pretty good today. I did get warm. You know, obviously the temperatures have warmed up a bit over the past, I don't know, maybe 90 minutes. I'm gonna find out here in a second. Because I goofed that up, I didn't have a running tally of my time, or the miles for that matter. So I think I got 8 miles in, maybe a tad bit more, but we're about to find out. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I don't have my glasses on. Let me back that up a bit. Sorry, I gotta scroll through here. Okay, so it looks like 78 minutes, so 1 hour and 18 minutes in total. Looks like the pace was maybe a 9-minute mile pace. I don't know. I'll get a better look at it. Oh, so 8:58 miles, 8.55 miles, 9:08 minute mile pace for 76, almost 77 minutes. All right, not bad. I'll take that. Now my goal was to go 8 miles today, and I did that. with a little bit of cushion. That wasn't necessarily intentional. It was just because I goofed up. All right, guys, I hope wherever you are that you're happy, healthy, and staying safe. Thanks for making it to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed making it for you. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what? I forgot to lock my car. That's bad. My wallet and my phone and all kinds of stuff was in here, so I'm about to find out whether or not I got taken to the cleaners here. Whew. You guys have a good one.